the way that the world works these days over Zoom calls and inside murals and Miros and freehands and all that has allowed me to cut back on travel, see my kids more, to be home more. And it's also created more and new and different opportunities for me. But all of those opportunities have required much more work on my part. I have to communicate a lot more. I have to prepare groups a lot more. I have to design things and organize things much more intentionally. So it just takes a ton more time for me as a researcher, as a facilitator, as a design thinker. In the past, if a group had hired me to do like, say, like a few years ago, we used to do a lot of like 2-day design sprint workshops. And so we would spend most of the time I would spend at Staples, like going and buying Post-its and markers and then going in the room and designing it, you know, like I'm totally neurotic. So lining everything up on angles, like I would spend most of my time because I could be in the room with people so that I could have side conversations with them and answer their deeper questions about like, what happens when you have this person in a sprint? How do you deal with that? So instead, I have to spend a lot more time holding and having those conversations before the trainings and after the trainings and during the trainings. But like, so I design my pre-work to share stories about challenges that they may face and activities that they should start to think about, and some pre-work activities to seed the conversation. And then I have to do multiple Q&A calls afterward because I can't hold people's attention in those 2-day workshops like I could in an in-person workshop. So it's just more time. A 2-day workshop now is more like a 5-day, 3/4-day workshop. So it's just a lot more time, a lot more organizing. And no matter how many emails and how many conversations and how many Slack messages I send about like what's expected when you get into the room, the general rule of thumb is that half the people are going to understand it and do what you ask them to do.